Gigi Berardi reading FoodWISE tonight on one of my favorite subjects, integrated farming, which I myself practice. My family itself practices. You can see I've been wearing my mask and I've been for a walk. And although the space is wide open, I still have my mask with me and virtually deserted because I like the protection. I have different masks. Certainly when I'm on an EMT call, an aid call, I will wear a different mask. It depends. All right. So we were reading and we need small-scale integrated farms. After all, land and water are where it all starts. The land provides, but only if crops harvested and nutrients removed are replaced with sustainable nutrients, and the land itself is not overgrazed. This is the balance that farmers Scott Myers and Bridget Waring of Lopez Island, Washington, aim for. Myers and Waring sell cows, but they call themselves grass farmers, not cattle ranchers. About 20 years ago, they moved from the Washington mainland to Lopez Island to farm. An island brings its own particular challenges, but their most difficult problems turned out to be the poor quality of the soils. And now I must add drought. As I was writing this book and since writing the book, this could have led them to rely on imported feed and chemical soil additives like so many large-scale farmers do. Instead, they assessed what their land was able to give and committed to finding a more sustainable way to farm. Over the years, Myers and Waring have reclaimed their compacted, overgrazed, seasonally flooded land and turned it into top-grade pasture. They did this by using a combination of rotational grazing, draining excess surface water that can't soak into the clay soils, and taking the cattle off soggy fields during the rainy winter. Rotational grazing is the key, limiting compaction and preventing overgrazing, while replenishing nutrients with manure. They also reseed with mixtures that include nitrogen-fixing fodder plants like legumes to bolster the soil's fertility. The upshot is that their cattle are completely pasture-fed. Farming this way has many challenges, from a situation of too much surface water in typical winters. Lately, they've experienced several years in a row that have been drier than normal. They have to adapt to this and manage their soils more intensively. This means moving animals around, which takes time and resources. We'll begin with Joel Salatin in our next video. I wanted to share an image of vegetables with Mizithra, cheese, and a friend who helps me milk lived in Greece for a while. I too lived in Greece for a while with my family. And in fact, we had our children in public school in Greece. But anyway, she recalls fondly the whey kind of ricotta-like cheese that has been made, that has been popularized in a recipe, which people are very fond of with browned butter. And so I have included a picture of what my version of this famous recipe looks like, with broccoli and potatoes instead of pasta, and with my own whey ricotta cheese.